welcome back to my channel. My name's Georgia. I hope you're well. Today we're going to be doing a 24-hour reading challenge. Now, I do these every now and then. I did say I was going to try and do them like sort of seasonally, so I did one in the summertime. And in this 24-hour reading challenge, I want to do more sort of like, I guess sort of spooky vibes, but books that are more like serial killers, witches, vampires, that sort of thing. So fall reads to me just scream fantasy 9 times out of 10. But I have got a few like rom-com-y options as well. I've pulled my TBR that I'm going to be choosing from. I usually read about 4 books in these videos. I'm not a very quick reader and I am dyslexic, so it does take me a while to read a book. I'm going to be doing this as a 24 hours of like active reading time. So I'm not going to sit here and read for 24 hours straight. I'm not even going to sit here and read 12 and 12 over 2 days. It's unrealistic. I tried doing 12 and 12 last time. I ended up with migraine and it just didn't work. So I want to do this as 24 hours of active reading. So I'm going to set the timer on my iPad, not on my phone, because last time I did also cancel off the timer. It was a mess. It was just a mess. So I'm going to set it up on my iPad. I'm going to pop it on this shelf out the way and we are going to sit and read for 24 hours. I just want dedicated reading time. I don't want to put too much pressure on myself. I just want to try and get 24 hours worth of active reading time done. Okay, so these are the books that I'm going to be choosing between. I usually get about 4 books read in these challenges, so I don't think by any means that I'm going to read all of these books, but I just wanted the option and to be able to sort of mood read, but through what I class as like my fall style books. So I think I've chosen my first book. I think I want to start with The Coven by Harper L. Woods. I think it's really interesting. I love the university setting and I'm really intrigued to see sort of like the magic system throughout this book as the witches are learning to use their magic. So this could be a lot of fun. So I think this is the book I'm going to start with. I also just want to talk about the flop on this. Like, how good is that? Book 1 for this reading challenge, I'm going to start with The Coven by Harper L. Woods. I will just read you the back so you know fully what we're going into. Your destiny is not to do what is right, your destiny is to destroy us all. Willow never thought she'd accept a place at Hollow Grove University, the secret and prestigious institute where the best and brightest of her fellow witches learn to wield their magic. But Willow has reasons for being at Hollow Grove beyond the education it offers. Raised to be a weapon against the coven that presides over the university, she must find the bones of her ancestors in order to reclaim the magic that is her destiny. The only obstacle is Alaric Grayson Thorne, the university's beautiful and infuriating headmaster. Gray is ruthless, manipulative, dangerous. He represents everything Willow has been taught to despise. But despite their mutual loathing, Gray understands Willow better than anyone. He might just be the key to unlocking her full power. So this sounds really, really fun. I'm really looking forward to this. Like I said, I'm just really intrigued for the magic system in this book. I love witch magic and it's something I haven't read a lot of. I've read like Rebel Witch and I really enjoyed the blood magic and things in that. So I'm really intrigued to see how the magic works in this one. We have our first book. I have my timer ready to go. Let's start book 1 of our reading challenge. I've read 38 pages in an hour, so when I say I'm a slow reader, I am a slow reader. I mean, the font in this book is quite small, but it's not teeny. That gives you a rough idea of why I only managed to get about 4 books done in these videos. I'm going to keep going anyway. I'm enjoying it so far. It's just sort of character building, set in the world. I'm intrigued by the sort of story we've got so far. So there's lots of different types of witches in this book. So our main character Willow is a green witch, which is a witch that uses earth magic. Now there's sort of like your 4 elements and I really like elemental magic, so I'm intrigued to see that further. But then there's also desire witches, crystal witches, things like that. So there's loads of different types of magic. So I'm looking forward to seeing more of that. Her mother's passed away, so the cover that her mum's been covering them with, sort of hide them from the coven, has stopped working. So the coven have now found her. They want to take her to this university as she is the last of that bloodline. So to continue the bloodlines on, to take to this university, train you how to use your magic, things like that. The headmaster, which is Alaric, he has come to take her to the university, so they're currently having a bit of a fight scene at the moment, hence us seeing the first use of this magic. And I am enjoying it so far. It is a dark romance, which I didn't know. I thought it was just going to be like a wishy fantasy. I want to try and get this done today before I go out for a meal, so I'm going to get straight back into it. We're on 20 hours and 45 minutes remaining, so we are like roughly 3 hours and 15 in. I have ended up switching to audio for this book, and I'll be honest, I still feel like I don't really know what's going on. I don't know, I just don't feel like it's really going in. Well, I'm 57% through the audio. I'm on chapter 23, which is page 164. I am going to keep going. Like I said, I don't fully feel very invested in it. I'm not loving it, I'm not mind blown by it. So there's these things called vessels, which I basically view as vampires, but I know there's more to it than that, but they live off blood and have like super speed and things like that, so they are to me just vampires. So the headmaster of the school, Alaric, is the sort of love interest for this book. He is one of the vessels. They're basically both going towards a similar goal, so they have just decided to sort of work together. There are a lot of things sort of standing in their way, a lot of people that don't want what they're after, so it's sort of a bit of a challenge for them. They're having quite a lot of like pushback and things. I'm finding the magic system quite unique. Again, haven't really seen much of it yet. We've seen bits and bobs, we've seen a bit of the sort of like green witch's magic, but we've not really seen anything else. I'm not loving this at the moment. I think it's sitting around like a 2 or 3 star at the minute for me. I don't love it. We're doing alright. We're cracking on. 3 hours in, halfway through book 1. Let's get back into this book. I have just finished this here book, so roughly 5 hours and 25 minutes for book 1 of this reading challenge. I'd be lying if I said I remember everything that happened in this book. I don't know what it is about it. It just wasn't hooking me in like I expected it to, I think. I have enjoyed it. It's very interesting. It's a unique concept and I really enjoyed that. There was a bit more of the magic as I'd hoped there would be, and that was something that was quite fun and different to anything I've really read. It did have the elemental magic, but there was a bit more to it as well. The ending has a really good twist. I enjoyed that. But if you're looking for just like a dark academia, forbidden romance type read, then you will probably really love this book. I enjoyed the romance in it. I enjoyed the forbidden romance aspect. There was a little bit of spice in this book and I did enjoy that as well. Slightly on the dark side, but not necessarily like dark, just something to consider that it is slightly on the dark side. But I did enjoy it. Did find myself getting very distracted during book 1, so I feel like I need something easier, maybe something like just like a flirty, fun romance to read. Maybe this wasn't my best idea for this reading challenge, but I still enjoyed it. I would recommend it. I think I'm going to rate this a 3 star. Good little start to our reading challenge, I guess. So yeah, book 1 down, 3 star rating. Okay, so I honestly cannot decide what I'm going to read next. So my options that I'm sort of deciding on at the moment are between Bride, the XX and Butcher and Blackbird. So I've put them on a wheel and we're just going to spin the wheel and see what we get. So tap to spin. And there we have it. So this is Bride by Ali Hazelwood. I believe this is her first sort of like fantasy style writing. She usually writes sort of like romances. I've got a pile of her work here. I've only read Love Hypothesis and I did really enjoy that one and enjoyed the writing style. So I'm hoping to enjoy one of her fantasy reads. I'll read you the back. Misery Lark, the only daughter of the most powerful vampire councilman of the Southwest, is an outcast. Again. Her days of living in anonymity among the humans are over. She has been called upon to uphold an historic peacekeeping alliance between the vampires and their mortal enemies, the Wares, and sees little choice but to surrender herself in the exchange again. Wares are ruthless and unpredictable, and the Alpha Low Morland is no exception. He rules the pack with absolute authority, but not without justice, and unlike the Vampire Council, not without feeling. It's clear in the way that he tracks Misery's every movement that he doesn't trust her, if only he knew how right he was, because Misery has her own reasons to agree to this marriage of convenience. Reasons that have nothing to do with the politics or alliances, but everything to do with the only thing she's ever cared about. And she is willing to do whatever it takes to get back what's hers, even if it means a life alone in Were territory, alone with the wolf. I've heard very mixed things about this book. I've heard that there's a bit of a unusual scene that some people aren't quite comfortable with in terms of like spice. I'm intrigued. I've heard good things, I've heard mixed things, but I'm looking forward to giving this one a go. Like I say, I really enjoy her writing style in the other book that I've read, so I'm hoping that I'll get a similar sort of vibe with this. Let's get into this book. Let's see what this book's about. Let's read the second book of this video. Let's get into Bride by Ali Hazelwood. Welcome to day 2. We're going to ignore how dreadful I look. I literally plan on spending the entire day in my onesie. I'm feeling quite under the weather. I'm feeling like full of cold. I'm not feeling myself. Got a bit of a headache. I've took some paracetamol, but we'll see how that goes. But I'm going to start on day 2 of my reading challenge. Obviously with me having a headache, I don't have high hopes of getting a lot read today. But we are on 17 hours and 35 minutes remaining. Sorry, you can see a little Freya perking up here. So we still have a while to go. I ideally wanted to get at least 5 hours done throughout the day. I'm not going to put too much pressure on myself because, like I said, I don't feel great. I am still reading Bride. I only actually read the first 52 pages of this yesterday before I put it down. The first scene in this book is literally the wedding between her and the werewolf. Our main female character, Misery, has been married off to the alpha of the werewolf gang. There's been a lot of war and a lot of issues between them. They're basically trying to make a bit of peace between the two. Misery has kind of been used as a peacekeeping device her entire life. Like when she was younger, she was used for peace with the humans, and she's being used again now, and that's just sort of been her life so far. She's never really fit anywhere. She's never really had a chance to make friends or make a life for herself. She's just constantly been used. I'm hoping we get a lot of character development for her. I feel like she needs to stand her ground. She needs that for herself. So, but 17 hours remaining. I'm gonna jump straight back into Bride, and I will update you when I've got more knowledge on what's actually going on in this book. So let's get straight back to it. Good morning. We're officially on day 3 of my reading challenge, and as you can see, I am on 11.5 hours remaining. I'm reading Bride very slowly. I don't think yesterday helped. I was feeling really rubbish and on and off with headache all day, but I did get to 74% through the way through Bride, which is chapter 24. I did my nails. I'm very chuffed with them. It's the only second time I've ever done French tip myself, so I don't think that's bad going, even with my bad hand. They're not perfect, but they're definitely better than my first attempt, so I'm quite happy with that. I'm going to take that as progress. I woke up this morning feeling quite sluggish. I've read a couple of chapters in bed. I've decided I'm going to get outside. I'm going to get up and go out. So I've just had a shower, hence the wet hair. I've not even brushed it yet. I'm going to paint my face. I'm going to get ready, and I've decided that I'm going to go on a little walk and then maybe go to a little coffee shop, have a nice little hot chocolate. I'm going to audio it while I walk and then finish it while I'm at the coffee shop, and that is sort of my plan for the next couple of hours. I am enjoying this one. Yeah, there's been a lot of development in the characters. I'm really enjoying them getting to know each other's sort of people. She's learning a lot about her own people through him because she spent so much time in human territory that she doesn't actually know a lot about vampire culture herself. So she is learning a lot about her own people, but also about werewolf culture and things. And there's been some sort of mystery elements through this. So there's somebody trying to harm someone. We don't know who, because the toxin that's sort of been doing the rounds has affected both werewolves and vampires. So we've got a little mystery. We've got a lot of the protective characteristics and stuff coming through from my main male character. But I'm loving the sort of development of their relationship. So there's been some feeding stuff, and neither of them kind of knew what would happen if she fed, and they've kind of learned that together, and also learned a lot about how sort of sex works for each other and things. So it's a very interesting concept, and I've never read anything like that. I am enjoying this. I just don't feel like I'm concentrating as much as I probably should be. I'm going to take my Kindle and I'm going to take my headphones, and we're going to listen to this as we go to the cafe, but I just thought I would get ready. So I'm actually going to put my audiobook on my phone and just listen to that while I do my makeup. I'm going to put my audiobook on and we're gonna get ready. So I'm going to restart the timer. We're on exactly 11 hours and 30 minutes, so let's see how quickly I can do my makeup. This is my go-to. It's very simple and took me 17 minutes. So when I say I can get ready in quickly, I mean quickly. So that is makeup done. I've done a couple of chapters as well. Literally done a chapter and a half while I've been getting ready. I'm literally going to dry my hair, get dressed, and then we're going to go. So we are on 9 hours and 43 minutes remaining, and I have finished Bride by Ellie Hazelwood. Now, I finished this at the coffee shop, as you saw. I just went to Costa. I really wanted to go to a little independent coffee shop, but there is actually none in walking distance from my house. But yeah, we have just finished this book, and I feel like this book has taken me forever to read. And I was sat in the coffee shop trying to figure this out whilst listening to it still, eating my little sandwich, and then realised that this whole time I've been listening to it on 1.2 speed. I don't think I've ever listened to a book on 1.2 speed. I usually listen to them on like 1.8 or 2, and I've just not noticed this whole time until like literally an hour left in my book, which is really annoying. No wonder it's taken me so long. And I don't know why I'd not really picked up on that whilst I was trying to immersion read it. But anyway, we move on. So I'm going to blame that as to why it's taken me 85 hours to read this book. Has it been realistically about 9 hours? 9 hours? I'm sure I read the first one in just over 6. Like I said earlier, I'm not really loving my reads at the minute, and as you saw at the coffee shop, I did rate this 3-star. I enjoyed it. The ending was nice. I'm not gonna lie, with all the stuff I heard about this book, I was expecting like them to have sex whilst he was in his werewolf form, and that doesn't happen. So for those of you that have been put off by this book because of that, it doesn't happen. Everything I've heard about it, it's been like really weird. There was something, but like it's never whilst he's in his werewolf form. There's just an extra bit. So yeah, don't let that put you off because it doesn't happen. I did enjoy it. I really liked the ending. I liked how they've set up the next book. I did wonder if it was going to be about the same couple or about a different couple. And I do think it's actually going to be regarding the friend of Misery's. Yeah, I really liked the twist at the end of this book. I really liked how it all sort of wrapped up at the end. I have enjoyed it. I just wasn't obsessed with it, and I have said I'm going to start being a little bit strict with my ratings. So I did enjoy it. I've enjoyed both books I've read so far. They haven't wowed me, sort of thing. So we're going to move on to the next book. I do think I'm feeling something romancy, and I don't have a lot of options for that. So in terms of like romancy books, I think these are basically my options. I'm doing it. I'm making the executive decision. We're going to read Butter and Blackbird. Okay, I've actually heard quite mixed things about this series, but specifically to do with book 2 not being the greatest, but this one I do like the look of. It also has a menu at the front. So there's quite an extensive like trigger warning list, and it does actually go on to the second page. So it is definitely on the darker side of romance. Let's get into it. Let's see what happens. Just to read you the back then. Every serial killer needs a friend. Every game must have a winner. When a chance encounter sparks an unlikely bond between rival murderers Sloane and Rowan, the two find something elusive. The friendship of a like-minded pitch-black soul. Hey. Fitting. Stalking across the country, the two hunters collide in an annual game of blood and suffering, one that pits them against the most dangerous monsters in the country. But as their friendship develops into something deeper, the restless ghosts left in their wake are only a few steps behind, ready to claim more than just their newfound romance. Can Rowan and Sloane dig themselves out of a game of graves, or have they finally met their match? Let's do it. Let's just jump straight in. I'm intrigued. I'm looking forward to it. Let's just give this one a go. Like I say, I've got 9 hours and 43 minutes remaining, so not the most amount of time. Let's try Bryn Weaver's writing for a change. I've not read anything by her before. I'm looking forward to giving this one a go. Let's go. Okay, so I am on chapter 8 of this book, and I'm really enjoying it. It's reading very quickly, but the setup for it so far is a lot of fun. So I have switched to immersive reading. I'm just finding that that's the best way for me to do it for this video. I'm clearly not doing great on this concentration level at the minute, so I'm finding that immersive reading is the best way to do it. It's keeping me fully sort of locked in. I'm doing it through Audible, and I'm really enjoying it. So he's Irish, which definitely helps. I love an Irish accent. And it's also duet narration, so it's dual POV, which I really enjoy, and it's first person. If you know me, dual POV, first person, perfect setup in my opinion. I'm loving it. I'm really enjoying it. It's a really interesting concept, and I am going to warn you, it's very insta-lusty. Like, we have their initial meeting a year ago, and then we've literally gone from that to a year later, and they've met up again on like a little challenge that they decided to do. So both of our main characters are serial killers, and they only kill bad guys, but it is a lot of fun so far. They're very sarcastic, it's very gory, it's very brutal. Then they'll literally be having like the most sarcastic little conversations immediately after, and I just think it's so funny. I am really enjoying this. It's reading really quickly as well. It's a lot of fun. I'm enjoying this a lot more than I thought I would, and I feel like I made the right decision in switching to more of like a romance than a fantasy book. I feel like I needed this, so I'm definitely looking forward to seeing where this goes. It is spicy. I mean, nothing's actually happened yet, but they're constantly talking about it. There's a lot of lust there. It's going to be a spicy one. It is a dark romance, but I'm really enjoying the setup so far. It's a lot of fun, and I am flying through this. Let's jump straight back in. I'm really enjoying it so far. Let's just crack on. So it's currently about 7:30, and I have 7 hours and 18 minutes left. I am devouring this book. I'm on 54%. This book is like baffling because you really root for their romance, and they're literally bonding over the fact that they both brutally kill people in this sort of like annual game they have of racing to kill a serial killer. And I can't help but love them. Like, they're doing some awful, awful things. Like, they've literally just managed to like kill someone by scaring him that much that he had a heart attack. And they're like bantering about it after. I can't help but love them. Like, it's caught me off guard how much I'm enjoying this book. Like, the romance in it is so sweet, and like the protection between them both and everything is just lovely. Like, we've had he's gonna go and kill him because he laid a hand on his girl sort of moment. I love it. I can't help but love it. Like, it's just so much fun. Her writing style is just so easy. Like, I really enjoy her writing. Like, it's not super, super descriptive, and there's not a load of oomph in it. Like, it's all very basic in here, and I really like that. It just flows so much quicker because you've not got all that extra information to try and remember. Sitting around a 4-star at the moment, but we'll see how we get on with the rest of the book. 7 hours and 15 minutes to go. Let's try and get this done with 5 hours to spare. This is so gross. You're gonna think I'm chatting shit, right? I've literally just finished my book, got my iPad to pause the timer. I said I wanted to finish this by 5 hours. Do you know what? I loved that. It was very different to anything else I've really read. It was really weird reading such a gross, like, gory book, but having the amount of like flirty banter that we have in this, and it was just bob on. This was perfect. It was exactly what I needed, and I really, really enjoyed this. I'm looking forward to moving into the rest of the series. I honestly loved this so much. It was so messed up and so disgusting, but like the romance in this book was just incredible. The spice was spicy and so much fun, and I loved this. I honestly love this. I think I might even rate this 5 stars. I've just devoured it. I've just been so lost in it. It's been so much fun. And I'm really looking forward to reading the rest of the series. I don't really know what to follow this up with. I've still got 5 hours on the timer, but I don't know where you go from here. I enjoyed this so much. I don't really want to tell you much about it. It does literally cover everything. Yeah, I think it's ruined beef and ice cream for me for the foreseeable future. And the cannibalism, wasn't a fan of that. No. Bryn Weaver, you have a beautiful, messed up mind. I love this. I recommend this. Definitely read your trigger warnings because it's all sorts of messed up, but such a fun time. Okay, so I do think I'm actually going to jump straight into this one. I've enjoyed the last one, so I feel like it is a bit unfair on this book to jump straight into this one after reading such a good one, but I want to. So we're going to do it. This is The Ex-Hex by Erin Sterling. Now, I've heard that she's quite a good like rom-com-y type author, so this is a witchy one, so I'll just read you the back. You broke my heart, Reese, and we curse you, you and your whole stupid hotline. Vivian Jones handled the biggest breakup of her life the way any witch would. Vodka, bubble baths, and a curse on her ex. That was 9 years ago. Now Reese Penhallow, descendant of the town's founders, breaker of hearts and still irritatingly gorgeous, is back. Reese has returned to the quaint town of Gravesglen to recharge the ley lines and make an appearance at the annual fall festival. But when his every move results in... there's words on here I don't know. Vivi realises that hexing her ex might not be so harmless after all. As the curse starts to affect the magic of her town, resulting in murderous wind-up toys, an outrageous ghost, and a surprisingly talkative cat, Vivi and Reese must put their feelings aside and work together to break the curse and save not only the town, but Reese's life. So this could be very interesting. I have relatively high hopes, but I don't think it's going to be as good as the last book I read, so I do feel a bit mean jumping straight into this one after. I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping it'll just be like a really easy rom-com-y one, so this is the plan. I'm going to jump into this one and I will give you some thoughts and feelings as we go like before. 5 hours to go. Let's see if we can get this one finished in that time. Okay, so I'm on chapter 8, which is page 72, and I'm knackered and I'm really struggling to keep my eyes open. So I'm just going to go to bed and we're going to try again tomorrow. So far we've met both of our characters. So he was sort of dating Vivian, and then she found out that he was actually kind of engaged to somebody in Wales, and it was like a bit of an arranged planned marriage sort of situation. So she was obviously heartbroken, very upset, very annoyed with him, which is why they ended up placing this hex in the first place. He went to Wales, did what he needed to do, but it's his family that have to come and do the ley lines. He's had to come back, and since he's got back, a lot of bad things have been happening, like his car broke down, his tyre burst, he couldn't change his tyre like manually or with magic, and there's just been a lot of like bad things that have happened since he got back. Definitely have a lot of history, a lot of dislike towards each other, so it's going to be a bit of a second chance, enemies to lovers sort of vibe. I think it's really easy reading. Just like I said, I'm just really tired, so I'm struggling to stick with it. So I'm gonna go to bed, and then we will pick this up again in the morning. An hour and 15 minutes and I've finished book number 4, so I just want to give you my sort of final thoughts and feelings on this one. If you're wanting like a cozy, autumny, Halloweeny type read, this is perfect for you. It was so easy reading, it's flirty, it's fun, it's a bit spicy, it's romancy. It's just a really easy one, and do you know what? It was perfect for the end of this video. It was perfect for the last book to finish in this video. It was just what I needed, I think. This was just nice and easy and a nice little book to finish off on today. So this one, like I said, previously follows Vivi and Reese, and Vivi places a hex on Reese, her ex-boyfriend. They don't see each other for 9 years, and then when he comes back to their sort of like hometown, it all kind of comes up for him. So he's not really ever noticed it before away from the town, but in returning to the town to fix the ley lines, it's all started then. So like his magic isn't working properly and everything's sort of backfiring. And when he goes to actually fix the ley lines, it kind of like breaks the magic system in the entire town. So our main female character, Vivian, her family have this sort of like Halloweeny type shop, and all the sort of things that they sell sort of come to life. So like there's these skulls, and they are sort of like moving around and trying to bite you and things like that. And the cat in this was such a main character. The talking cat that I read up, like I told you about on the back of the book, is so funny and he's so relatable. He's literally walking around just like, treats, feed me, treats, and I'm like, that's me. I'm the cat. The cat is me. So yeah, I all in all just really enjoyed this. It was really easy. I liked how they fixed it. I liked the sort of like adventure that they went on trying to reverse this curse that she put on them, and just all in all, it was just easy. It was easy and fun and spicy, and I did enjoy this book. I'm probably going to rate this a 3.5. That marks the final book that I'm actually going to read in this video. There's not a chance that I'm going to finish another book in an hour and 15 minutes. I don't even have any teeny novellas that I could read, I don't think. So that is me done. Just to review, these are the 4 books I managed to get read in this video. All in all, a good little reading weekend actually. I'm quite chuffed with myself. I didn't get as much done in one go as I thought I would. I was hoping to get at least like 12 hours done on one of the days, and that just didn't really happen. It didn't go quite as I planned, with me not feeling very well for quite a bit of it. That is my little reading list. I really enjoyed this weekend. I love just having that dedicated time to sit and read. I really enjoy doing these videos. Like I said in the previous one, I think that I want to try and do these at least every quarter. So I'll probably do like seasonal ones. So I'll probably do like a Christmassy one, and then I'll maybe do like a spring one and a summer one, and then continue in that sort of vibe. That is everything for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And as always, my social media, my Amazon wishlist, my Goodreads and my business email are all in the description bar below. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you well. Take care. Bye.